Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today, it has been asked by one of you guys. So this Jenny has asked me to make a scheme on Prashad. The full form of it is Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive Scheme. So what is this scheme all about? What are the important dimensions that can be asked in our examination, and why is this particular scheme in news? Everything we are going to cover in this particular session. So let's get started, but before that, here's an announcement for all the aspirants. So to the dedicated aspirants who want to join the regulatory bodies, we have come up with one-stop solution guide for all of them. So in this particular guidebook, here you are going to understand everything that you need to know about the organization you want to enter and also how to enter that. So when you open this particular guide, you will understand that initially it talks about the organization. What does it do? What is the hierarchy pattern? What role you would have to play when you will join the organization? And once you are done with that, after comes the entrance examination. So what is the eligibility criteria? Is your qualification enough for appearing in the examination or not? What is the syllabus? What is the previous year cutoff trend? And everything else that you have question in mind, you are going to find that in these particular guidebook. So if you want to download them, the link of it is given in the description box below. So now let's start with the session. See, Prashad, it has a full form: Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive. Okay, so we will understand this, and I assure you by this only you are going to understand this whole scheme. Okay, so what happens, we know that India, it is rich in heritage. Okay, it is known for its spirituality, right? And there is a diverse culture that is present in India. Now what happened, if we talk about tourism, it plays a major role in our economy. Okay, why it plays a major role? Because see, as I told before, there are various monuments that are here, there are various spiritual places that are here, and people from different parts of the state, of the country, as well as from the different countries of the world also, they come here, they live in that particular place, they travel across these places, right? So that is why this scheme was launched, to boost the economy directly and indirectly. What does it mean? See, whenever someone want to go to visit a particular place, they would expect that there will be a good infrastructure over there will be better facilities over there, as well as also if they want to buy something, they would have better options in there, right? So all these things, they are kept under this particular scheme, under the aim of this scheme and the objective, and whatever be the different now aspects we are going to study, but I hope this is clear. We'll understand word to word so that we have a better understanding. So it is pilgrimage, so we know the pilgrim, that is the Tirath Yatra that goes on in India, right? So this talks about pilgrimage, the travel or the tour that is done for the for gods. And then it talks about rejuvenation. What is rejuvenation? Means to make something alive again, because what happens, these the whatever temples, monuments that are present in India, they are there for so long that they have started to break down, right? So to make proper infrastructure there and in the nearby places for the ease of tourism, so that is the aim of this scheme. And spiritual heritage augmentation drive, and here we are talking about whatever be the spiritual places we have and the heritage we have, to augment them. What does augmentation means? It means to collect something, to make something bigger. So here we are talking about connecting these infrastructure as well as these places, so that the more tourism, it can be improved, and this will give employment to the people living in that particular area directly and indirectly. Okay, so this is the basic essence of this scheme. And here one more thing, that this H, that heritage, it was later on added in 2017. Okay, so this scheme was launched before, we'll look at the next slide only, but in 2017 this heritage term was added later on. So initially it was Prasad scheme. So many of you can get confused that they must have heard of Prasad scheme and not H in it. So I hope now the doubt it is clear. So now let's start. The launch year of the scheme, it is 2014. So in your financial year 2014, this particular scheme was launched, and as already discussed, the H, it was later on added in 2017, and it falls under the Ministry of, so it is quite easier to guess, it is Ministry of Tourism. Now if you talk about the aim, so it talks about integrated development of pilgrimage destination. Okay, so whatever destination we have already that is of pilgrimage importance here in India, for example, if I say Kedarnath, Prashad. For example, if I say something else, for example, Tungnath, okay, or Vaishno Devi, all these are of our pilgrimage destination, right? So these are all these will be developed in a planned, prioritized and sustainable manner. Okay, so in a planned manner, so that everything is properly followed, and prioritized means whatever be the pilgrimage spot in that area, whatever be of the most importance, priority will be made, and then the development will be done accordingly, and sustainable manner. So we have to do it in a eco-friendly manner. This is an important thing, the key takeaway here, to provide complete religious tourism experience. So here we are talking about religious experience that should be better for the people who are traveling. Type of scheme, it is a center sector scheme, means 100% funded by the center government. And then if we talk about implementing agency, so there is no as such particular agency that has been identified, but it is said that in every state and UT, the agencies, they will be assigned by the respective state or the union territory government. Okay, so there is no as such separate ministry that have or the agency that has been developed for this. Next, now come to the budget. So the budget allocation for this year, that is 22-23, it is rupees 235 crore for Prashad. And if implementing agency, that we have already understood. Okay, so this is, now let's move in the next slide. Talking about the objective, so again the objective we have understood that it will be an integrated development of pilgrimage destination in a planned and prioritized manner. Now some of you may get confused that this is something similar to that they have heard or studied in Swadesh scheme, right? So what is the difference between Swadesh and Prashad? I am here to clear your doubts. So see, in Swadesh scheme we are talking about complete network or complete circuit. I'll tell you what does it mean and what is the difference between Swadesh and Prashad. See, in Swadesh we are talking about complete circuit. What does it mean? For example, we take of the Buddha circuit. What does it mean? So see, Buddha, he was born in Nepal, Lumbini, Nepal, right? Then he came to Bihar when he attained the enlightenment. Then he went to Sarnath in Uttar Pradesh, where he had given his first speech, and then in Kushinagar where he rested, right? So there is a proper circuit, means Buddha, he traveled in many places. So in Swadesh scheme, this whole circuit will be taken care of, that all the points that are there. For example, we talked about 4 points, right? We talked about Nepal region, then we talked about the Bihar region, then Sarnath and the Kushinagar. So all this will be connected together, so that if any traveler or any religious tourist, he wants to explore this whole circuit, they have proper infrastructure facility, road facility that is being provided, so that they have ease to complete this circle. And of course this will of course going to improve the tourism. Similarly, if we go for the Ramayana circuit, okay, so there are also various places where they went, so everything will be connected under that. So this is the idea that I'm giving to you, that in Swadesh we are talking about completing the whole circuit, focusing on whole circuit. Sorry. While in Prashad, we are just focusing on one point, that this is one heritage site, and we are focusing on this only. Then there is no matter if it is connected to some other place or not, we are not focusing on that. We are just identifying the sites. Here we are talking about heritage site also and religious site also. We are not just talking about religious site. Anything heritage or ancient to us, we are taking care of that as well. Okay, this is the Prashad scheme, and I hope now it is clear. Second is follow community based development. So here we are talking not just talking about infrastructure development of tourism in India, but we are also talking about community based tourism development by poor tourism concept. What does it mean? So see, in an area, we know that poor people, they also live there, right? Poor community also can live in such areas where there is heritage site or any pilgrimage site, right? So to have the development as well, because see, if more people will come, they will have more job opportunities, right? They can sell their local products with them, or they can provide services to them, so that they can have benefits. So here we are also talking about poor tourism concept and development of pilgrimage destination. While developing destination, not just infrastructure but other things will also be focused on. Creating awareness among the local community. So here we are talking about that, yes, poor tourism concept will help, poor tourism will help the people in that area to have employment facility. But here we have to also aware them that if people will come, how can they take this as an advantage and help them to increase their source of income, improve living standard and overall development. Okay, so I hope that is clear, that first they would also be aware that what are the new opportunities that they can get if tourism they will improve in that particular place. Talking about key features, so the scheme aimed at infrastructure development, we have understood. For example, entry points, what does it mean? So from a somewhere that will be a point tourism they would have a contact with the heritage side or pilgrimage side. What are these entry point? For example, road, railway and water transport will be better so that they have ease to reach that place. Last mile connectivity means whatever be the entry or exit point, everything is connected properly so that the tourists they do not have any problem. Basic tourism facilities should be there. For example, there should be proper ATM facilities there, money exchange facility, eco-friendly models of transport, so they do not have to face any difficulty. Currently, if we say under the Prashad scheme, 41 religious sites, cities and sites have been identified till now. Do remember, this is the current data, it can change anytime, so keep a check on that. Next is for improved sustainability of projects. So see, we know that 100% it is funded by center government, that is center sector scheme, but to improve the project sustainability, what has been done by the center government, they have also include the public private partnership and corporate social responsibilities, because then these corporates under the corporate social responsibility and these public private partnership, they will provide with better infrastructure and better output, right? So that is why these have also been included. These were the key features. Now coming to the funding, so first we'll talk about how the funding will be done. So the Ministry of Tourism provides central assistance, financial assistance, okay, under whatever be the destination that will be identified. And how will they provide it? So there is an integrated finance division under the Ministry of Tourism only that will release the funds and in a phased manner. So in the first installment, 50% of the total payment will be done. See, this will be done for each and every site that will be identified. So in the first installment, 50% of whatever be the total payment that has been designated for that particular site, that will be given. Then what happens? Then second installment will be given once the 30% of the total payment after the utilization of the first installment. What will happen? First, when this 50% of total payment will be utilized, then what will happen? 30% of the total payment will be released. So first 50, then 30. So what is the remaining? That is the 20%. Then in third installment, the rest 20% of the total payment that will be given to modify the particular site. Okay. So this was the funding pattern, and last thing that we have to understand is the administration, how that will be done. So first of all, there will be a national steering committee, and its responsibility will be to guide and review the committee. Okay, so this is the apex, we can say, committee. Then comes the central sanction and monitoring committee, and from the name itself we can have a pretty much idea that it will sanction the project and will also monitor the progress that is made by the committee. Third is mission directorate. It will do what? It will consult the state government and brief them regarding the project. Okay, so mission directorate will act as a link. Moreover, manager appointment and approval seeking regarding the project will also be done by mission directorate. So next is program management consultant. So if I ask you, program management consultant will be appointed by whom? So they will be appointed by the mission directorate. I hope this is clear, because here it is been written, right? Manager appointment and approval seeking regarding the project will be done by mission directorate only. Then program management consultant. So the responsibility is forming a detailed perspective plan along with making business model. So whatever at the ground level, whatever model that will be made, that will be taken care by the program management consultant. Okay, so this was the administration, and that is all in this particular video. Okay, so this is the news of 1st October 2022 that you can see that for Vaishno Devi under the Prashad scheme, further allocation of funds have been done. So this is something that is always in news, this scheme, because we are identifying new sites, we are working on that. So this is something always in news, and that is why you should be better aware of that. Okay, so that is all in this video, and as a homework for you all, it says which of the following committee is not responsible for the management of Prashad scheme. Here I should add H also, right? So here you have 4 options: National Steering Committee, Mission Directorate, Insurance Regulation and Development Authority, and Program Management Consultant. Okay, so that is all in this video. If you have any doubt, any query, you can always write to us. If you want me to cover any scheme, you can mention it in the comment box, and of course feedbacks are always appreciated. You can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this lecture and all the lectures that we provide here on YouTube. So that is all in this video. We'll meet again in the next session with the new scheme that is relevant from the examination point of view. Until then, all the very best for your examination, and thank you.